What was the response from the students?
Right. So I remember arriving on campus. This is a very big campus. Mrs. Common told me in advance how big it was. I just didn't realize. So she told me that it was grades K through 8, and there were 100 students per grade. So that was like 900 or upwards of 1,000 students.
Whoa.
And as soon as I arrived on the campus, I parked my car. Kids were letting out, and so there were hundreds of kids and students just releasing and getting picked up and everything. And I was like, oh man. So I kind of had this, bit of anxiety moment for about 10 minutes. I just sat there. I was like, oh my God. Like the first thought that went through my mind was like, I don't have security. I don't have backup with me. There's a lot of kids here. Instant. They were all expecting me. And so I get out of the car after 10 minutes. I'm just sitting there like, what do I do? And I start like to peek around the back of the car, and I'm like, do they see me? And I just like kind of walk through, kind of like they won't notice me if I just walk through casually. And so I start to see kids kind of like look, and they're like pointing, they're like yanking on their mom, they're kind of like pointing as I'm walking by. And I go through the main office, and there are 2 students who Mrs. Common who had signed to me as like my assistants or my escorts throughout the day. And so they walked me from the main office to the classroom, and that walk was about a good 10 minutes. Like I said, the campus is huge. Like there are multiple buildings on the campus itself. And so going through the campus towards the cafeteria, I noticed that I could hear footsteps and stuff behind me. So I look back, like 5 kids, and they got their, the cameras and their flashlights on, they're recording. And I keep on walking, and there's like 10 kids, and I hear them. I look back, there's more kids. And by the time I get to the cafeteria, there's like 40 kids or so behind me recording with their camera lights out. And I remember going through the cafeteria and up the steps going towards the classrooms, and there's like 10 or 15 more kids coming down at the same time. So I got like 40 kids behind me recording, and 10 kids coming towards me, and they stop in their tracks, and their eyes get big, and they look at each other, and they're like, is that him? And they're like, I think that's him. As they start pulling out their cameras as well, and they start recording me, so I have to like go through this crowd of people. So now by the time I get to the classroom, it's like 50 or so students behind me, just recording me with their phones and their cameras out. And so that was a pretty fun experience, and a humbling experience for sure.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope, man.